Hello folks, Reverend Crystal Clocks here, Goddess Church. If you'd like to donate to our church, our PayPal is bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com. And I'm going to read to you a little bit out of this book called The Handbook for the New Paradigm. Let's see, a personal message for you. Seems to be a specific author, but I opened it up to number 20. This is an interesting book. Anyway, I haven't read the whole thing, but number 20. The glory of your nations fades before your eyes, as one by one they are attacked from inside and out. Each is dependent upon the monetary handouts that require handing over mineral rights and other resources as ransom. The money is siphoned off into secret accounts that return to the usurpers as the leaders are deposed or assassinated. The cycles are repeated over and over. The people are abandoned by their governments and so must fend for themselves, with situations of less and less available necessities and more regulations. Not a pretty picture to behold. So what now? This is, what we're being liberated from now as we move into Nisara and Jasara. I'm not sure when this book was written, but it doesn't even have that in the beginning. It just says printed in the United States of America, and yeah, interesting. Handbook for the New Paradigm. Okay. Let us consider possibilities that could bring change to this nightmarish situation. Could it be that the forces behind this situation could be creating causes to culminate this planned suppression of the people of this planet that might involve repercussions that are beyond their ability to control? Could there be small unknown glitches in those plans, which, if exploited, could cause outcomes not planned? It is indeed not only possible but probable. Let us consider Y2K, so this must be before that, as just one possibility. If indeed all of the technological wonders of the basics of power, water, communication, money, travel, all depend upon computers to operate, then so also must the military and conspiratorial communication systems and other wonderful mechanisms of planned use. All of these were constructed by contract. It is well known that contractors deviate from specifications whenever and wherever it is possible to cut costs. This book's not all bunny fluffy positive, is it? It is entirely possible that at least some of the off-the-shelf computer chips have been used, rather than the special designs that were specified. If those substitutions contain the same date problem as those purposely in use for creating a chaotic breakdown of your world, as you know it now, how will this affect their plans? It's so interesting because today's January 18th, 2020, and President Trump just did an executive order based on this same thing, that you can't use computer chips, you can't use parts and pieces to drones, unmanned aircraft, cell phones that are from foreign countries, right? Because they can surveil. Especially when they're very technologically literate, like China and Russia. They manufacture the part, they put the computer chip in, so Trump just did an executive order on that today. Since there must be a synergistic exchange of information within computer systems, there may be repercussions with their own separately created system that will cause chaos within chaos. Portions of their plans may deploy, but in order to establish and then maintain complete control, which is their goal, all must proceed according to plan. What if enough of their plan moves into place for the people to realize the truth, but their own internal chaos allows for what we might call meltdown from within? What if champions of mankind working within may have deliberately placed glitches within their system? Interesting to contemplate. Yeah, glitches known as vaccines and nanos, too. Let us suppose that the above scenario is true. Now we have what we might call double chaos, an exposure enough of the enslavement plan to bring humanity awake. And that's what's happening now. They're seeing it. They're awakening. Okay, this adds a third layer of chaos. And all the stuff's going on now is chaos magic. It's just beautiful. Okay, for the good, of course. Out of all this chaos, how does the balance tip towards survival of humanity and the planet? There is one more element that must be interjected here. What of those extraterrestrial beings that have been using the power structure they have coached into place? Would the above-mentioned chaos serve their purpose? Could they have sabotaged the plans of their own henchmen in order to eliminate them from the game? Yes, they did. But now the Galactic Federation of Light is in charge, and the bad guys are gone. And I was listening to something yesterday about, like, well, why are the bad things still happening if the bad guys are gone? Well, the bad overlords are gone. But the people that are still projecting that, not necessarily good or bad, but a lower frequency reality, are still here. A lot of my videos like this, I reference the movie Tomorrowland. I just love that. You know, with George Clooney, and where they, the end of the world, right? They're watching it count down. They're watching all the gloom and doom. They're ready for it. And this one girl realizes she had some positive thought about something, and she's seen a different thing. She went, wait a minute. We're not watching this play out. We're creating it by our belief that you said this was happening. So, right, so the government in the movie says that the gloom and doom and the world's ending and we're headed towards this thing. So the people all believe it and they're just going along with it. And this one girl has a change in thought, right? So you change your frequency, you change your perception. And she's seen a glitch, like a glitch in the Matrix. And the realization is clear that we project the reality. So they need to keep us in fear. They need to keep us projecting their version of reality. Okay. When one planet interferes with another, to the detriment of the progress of that planet, we have the universal law of attraction at work. Simply stated, what you do unto another shall be done unto you. If you interfere with another planet, then you have given permission for other planetary forces to interfere with you. Well, it says to interact with you. Aha! Does the thick plot begin to come into clarity? I like it better saying, oh, the plot thickens. Let us hope that your heart just skipped a beat. Oh, goodness sakes, my heart just skipped a beat. And real hopes has been born with your imagination. We are still left with the dilemma of all that chaos. So let us give a bit more clarity. Once a planet has been interfered with in a direct way, other than in an advisory capacity, the inhabitants of that planet may request help in restoring balance and order. Herein lies the key. Help must be requested, and prayer is considered requesting. Every time you pray, you're requesting from that assistance. From, yes, the Great Spirit, from God, from other interdimensional beings, from other planetary beings. You're requesting that that balance be restored. Awesome! Okay. Let's see. However, it must be what is called affirmative prayer. Affirmative prayer is entering into the creative mode that is your pattern, made in the likeness and similitude of your Creator. Humanity must actually come forth in a group focus, in a harmonious creative mode, with the upward spiral of the development of the individual and planetary evolvement. That's what we talk about when we talk about getting at least to 51%. So you're tipping the scales of what reality are we projecting, what reality do we want. If at least 51% of us are, we move into that reality. So when Saturn came back around, Saturn was a mirror, kind of took an image or like a reading of where society was. All those monoliths were part of a reading. And we're projecting a higher consciousness reality. We're projecting the Golden Age, the Age of Aquarius. We're projecting what happens on January 20th. We're raising the vibration of Mother Earth and her people, every single one of them across the board. Okay. Humanity must actually come forth in a group focus in a harmonious creative mode within the upward spiral of the development of individual and planetary involvement. Now, knowing human nature, there will be those, when they have recovered from the shock, will immediately want to put back into place what is within their comfort zone. You know, put the genie back into the bottle. I don't want all this stuff known. I don't want all this, you know, I like my chaos, I like my negative life how it was, and I like the oppression, and I like the medical system and all this stuff because it was comfortable and I was used to it and blah, blah, blah. So they're going to be, you know, like that. But they don't know what they don't know. They don't know how good it can get. And that's coming. Okay, they will desire to take advantage of the situation to create another situation of power over the people. For indeed, the cry will be for new leaders. I don't want a leader. I'm sovereign. That would not be involvement. The next level is based upon individual responsibility. Unless that is at the basis of the new paradigm, the opportunity for the transcendence of this planet and its inhabitants will be lost. What is important is that of an already perceived outline to be the prayer of requesting help. needs to be in place to supersede any chances of returning to the old. The help you need to bring this into being will then be assured. This help will not be military in any way whatsoever. It may look like that, but that's what the light and the help's working through. Interesting, because we're ironically going in a time where that's happening right now. Okay, so, requesting help. The help you need will be assured. Okay, it will be the love of the Creator manifested, and shall be genuinely welcomed, as it shall interact with the inner being that is the forgotten direct connection to the Creator. Love connecting and interacting with love shall bring changes beyond your imagining abilities. It is also appropriate to note that on a planetary level, the planet itself shall have a like experience. Yay! May this information offset your concerns about your future. Welcome to the winning side. Focus and manifest indeed. I think I'll just read that one. I hadn't checked this book out yet. I just love the title, Handbook for a New Paradigm, because I'm into timeline switching and new paradigms, all that. Okay, and it's just in numbers, and that's how I like to write. That's how I do my poems and stuff. Number 4, number 2, not even necessarily anyway, that was number 20. Let's see. I just want to read something here. I don't know. It's just calling to me. Let's see what it says. I will not awaken the brute caveman persona you might expect. Instead, a contemplative ability to focus upon solutions will come forth that will replace what was formerly sensed as an undefeatable force in an unsolvable situation. This force was smothering you in a deepening dream reality that you will discover does not even exist. It may appear so that the 5 senses, but you perceive that beyond those lies a potential that supersedes what you have known before. It is the same potential that pulls entrepreneurs into successful businesses and explorers toward unknown places. It has an enticing intuitional call that pulls them from the known to desire an experience that is unknown, and holds such a vibration of potential of success that it cannot be resisted. Many hear the call, but few choose to answer it. That does not mean that it does not exist. The success stories are proof enough of its existence. It is hoped that this information for you to contemplate apart from your normal, mesmerizing existence. Is there something beyond this enticing humdrum existence that could be even more rewarding? Indeed, there is. Okay. You can rest assured that the observers of the play upon the stage of planet Earth are not laughing at the similar scenes as they pass through your manifested reality. Instead, they watch through detached wisdom, knowing that the ending will be a positive one, but with concern for how many awareness points shall move with the ascending transformation process, and how many will be left behind to be shepherded through the process of another opportunity. It shall be a great relief to those when the earth experience in this particular point of focus will have been completed. Just how it shall all come together has become a major interest, for indeed you have created your own grand and spectacular stage play. The storyline is quite unique, something like The Perils of Pauline of the Galaxy. It is noted that the terms of universe and galaxy are tossed about with abandon, and you find yourself puzzled in attempting to correlate these into a meaningful third-dimensional understanding. In truth, this is not quite possible, but we shall make an attempt at doing so. Galaxy refers to the flow of manifested reality around a center of focus. Universe refers to the focused intent of coagulation of energy that in your terminology lies beyond and supports this manifested reality. Your thoughts support any given manifested reality. There are universal laws that allow for the creation and maintenance of this galaxy. Since you are part of this galaxy you have named the Milky Way, then if you are to experience in harmony within it, you must live within these laws. In this case, you are like children playing pin the tail on the donkey, for these laws have been withheld from you, and you are left to discover them by trial and error. Laws like decree. I decree this or that. You can ask for things. Universal laws of attraction. They've been withheld from you. Your power has been withheld from you. Okay, let's see. For these laws have been withheld from you, and you are left to discover them by trial and error. Right now, you are far into the error process. Is this how it has been ordained for you to learn them? Indeed not. The blindfold has been deliberately placed upon you, and you have been fooled into thinking that you have no right to remove it. Remove it, remove it, toss it. Okay. The blindfold is the game of deception in which you are enticed to look, where the magician deliberately presents action for you to watch, while he supports it with motions you do not perceive. Your attention is focused on what you think is the only action. Don't take no action, just wait. Fortunately, not all the audience is fooled. They watch you and wonder why you do not see the process the magician uses. The fact is, they wonder why you are now at a stage where you only perceive his spotlighted action and do not even see the magician. You are so mesmerized that indeed the support motions to the action are no longer even hidden. They proceed all around him on the stage, and still you see none of them. How is this possible? By hypnotizing the conscious mind. Hence programming the masses, hypnotizing the masses. We're all coming out of this spell now. Well, those who haven't come out of it yet are about to get shocked out of it in a way. Luckily, there is another part of the mind that is beyond this conscious thinking. Your psychologists call it your subconscious mind. They have painted it as holding your perception of life hostage because it is full of dark, horrible experiences perpetrated on you by well-meaning but abusive parents. As a result, you fear it and block it from participating in your experience of life. Why is the word life capitalized? Because that is the purpose of your experience on this planet. You are alive. That is aware of experiencing this life energy moving through you and played out on the screen of your observing ego mind. Ah, the ego, the devil of your existence, or so you have been led to believe. Anyone acting in a pushy manner is being egotistical. His ego has him by the necktie and is causing him to misbehave according to the imposed social norms. He is controlled by his evil subconscious acting out through his ego, and he must be brought down a peg, and that awful ego humbled into compliance. Yeah, I don't think so. The successful businessman is successful because his inflated ego runs amok over others and snatches success from the hands of the deserving underlings. True. Need I go on painting this picture? Yes, we're moving out of that and into the age of Aquarius. Okay. What then is the true picture? If there is no ego, there will be no awareness of the manifested experience. The ego is your tape recorder. It is the observer of your thoughts, wants, needs, and desires. It takes these thoughts in a type of robotic, focused format, and this allows them to manifest into circumstances and situations that create your experience. It literally filters your thoughts, feelings, and desires and causes them to coalesce into manifested experience. It is a process, not an entity. It is a process over which you have complete control. If you can take charge of your thoughts, feelings, and desires and actively direct them toward what you want to experience. These thoughts must be relatively depictive. For example, if you simply focus on change, then expect chaos within your life, for that will be the change you create until you decide upon some more precise idea of what you want to experience. The process of how this works involves a universal law called attraction. Once an idea is formed with the positive understanding that it is possible, then the ego holds this picture and completes the process through positive-negative polarity energy. Through the action of the law of attraction and the malleable nature of the potential of an idea actually coming into your experience, it does. Since instant manifestation of ideas on this planet at the moment is very difficult, the ego incorporates the process within your supporting idea of time. If you are unable to remain focused on your desire of a certain experience, then oftentimes you deny yourself that desired experience. There is a comment in your Bible regarding praying amiss. Since that which you refer to as God is creative in nature, whenever you are focusing your desire in a sincere manner for an experience, then you are in constant prayer, for you are within this creative, expansive expression that originates within the source of existence. So your focus is your prayer. What you repeatedly focus on, what you repeatedly visualize and hold that you want in your life and you want your life to be, that is your daily prayer. So if you're focused on, lack and fear, then you're going to create more of that. Okay. But what if you're asking for something that would cause problems for someone else? The law works, but there is an effect for that which you have caused. As noted above, you are using the universal law of attraction, and its process involves like energy attracting more like energy. If you cause a problem for someone else as a purposeful use of this law, then what you create for someone else you will experience. It is like two sides of the same coin. One is presented to the other person, and one is presented to you. If you are serious in attempting to understand this law, then if you dare, look at the events that you have already experienced, and you will see that this has been the case many times. When you have wished a blessing for someone else, you also experienced one. Not in exactly the same way, but in something of meaning that came within your life. Consider also difficulties. I believe there is a reference in the Bible that instructs you to put a guard on your mouth, for the words, including thoughts, that come forth do not return to you empty. In utilizing this understanding, you must hold the desire steadily within your consciousness. If you err in desire by wishing to create a problem in the life of another, you have time early in the process in which to reconsider and to withdraw the focus of that intent. It's all about intention. What is your intention of doing what you do? Then it will not manifest for them to experience. Emotions, strong feelings can increase the potential manifestation and hurry the process, whether it's for the good or opposite. They say, like, okay, so the power of thoughts, you follow your highest excitement, you're visualizing what you want, but if you can visualize it in a way where you can really feel yourself being there, then you add the emotion, and the emotion is the magic. The emotion is the gas. The emotion is the inertia, right, that turns it into reality. Okay, it is time for the entertainment portion of this purposely written portion of the play, and the distraction of your attention from your purpose for being with this experience on planet Earth to end. Now you must decide whether to take back your power, remove the blindfold of your own volition, or wait until it's removed for you. The picture will be even more shocking if you wait, for you will be totally unprepared for the scene planned for you to view. And some of you are experiencing that, right? That you're getting completely red-pilled, like, oh, you have to wake up to the life that you created. You have to wake up and look around at what you've created and change it. And you first change it in your thoughts to want to change it, and you're visualizing your new life. And as we're in the age of Aquarius, and this next step, especially next week, a lot of people are going to be kind of force awakened at this stage. And it's a little uncomfortable. Okay, so totally unprepared for the scene planned. Okay, there is little time remaining for you to make your decision. The glitzy world you're living within is an illusion and a facade. Okay, that's all breaking down now. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so how this book's laid out, it says a personal message for you, and it starts out Roman numerals, like 1 through like 10, and then it starts out in other numbers. It's a really interesting book. I've had it for a while and I never opened it up. Okay, again we remind you that free will allows those who choose to remain in the pattern of present existence. Do not be concerned with those. The ingredients of free will in the soup of experience teaches us another of the universal laws, that of allowance. Personal responsibility is just that, personal. It means that one is concerned with the choosing of his or her own experience and is not responsible for the experience of others. All are allowed to participate within a group focus of cooperative experiences or not. However, choosing not to participate does have its consequences. Those who choose deliberately to withhold their participation in ending the present paradigm will be allowed to continue it elsewhere. Right, that's what we're doing now. We're splitting, kind of a splitting of the timelines. Okay, allowance is the most difficult of the laws to be learned at the third dimensional level because of the deeply ingrained need to control. Control is transcended through the practice of the law of allowance. At this point in this discussion, we enter the situation of child abuse. Children are within the influence of their parents' belief systems. What the parents believe and focus upon draws experience to the family group. So this is ends up what the children end up focusing on, and how their life is being created, how their parents live. That's how they live, because they're kind of picking it up unconsciously. What the parents believe and focus upon draws experience to the family group. Information of past family history is encoded within the combination of genes, which accounts for events happening to some members of a family and not others. It emphasizes the fact that parenting involves more than dealing with planned or unplanned children. It is the personal responsibility of each parent and both parents together to raise a child with an understanding of the wide scope of influence such an undertaking involves. Blah, blah, blah. In other words, basically, you know, your children see how you live, and they live that way. And if you're self-conscious, they're self-conscious. And the tics you have, they have. And it's in the family lineage. And when you clear that line for your family lineage, future, present, in every dimension. Because all times at once anyway, you know. All right. There's more on that one, but... Okay, if you're reading this information, you are chosen. Now the ball is in your court, and you will be chosen. You will choose to be chosen or not. It is your free will decision. Our blessings are given as you process the information and provide it to others for their consideration. In your vernacular, hang in there. The roller coaster ride is just beginning. You have not even gotten to the exciting parts. Just know you're strapped in and ride the ride. However, I doubt you will wish it lasted any longer. Not this time. Well, that's a little bit scary, but that's exactly what we're doing right now, right? All right, well, God bless you all, and this next week should be a doozy, right? Have a good one.